I was only joking when I said to him the other day that maybe he could wear his Homer Center hat, his Heritage Conference hat, maybe his fire helmet too. But actually, with the news that we had today, he actually can wear all three of those hats. So Jody Rainey, brought to us by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Let's put on your principal's hat first and talk about Homer Center School District. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you with us here today. So you're on the break right now, and I'm guessing that school principals, school administrators right now are just taking a moment to breathe a little bit before they move on and think about what happens next come January. Is that the case for you?
It is. We already know that coming off the break in January 4 through 8, we will be remote learning. So we do know that already. We will be back in person January 11th. The school's doing well. We're very happy right now. We have no positive cases. High school quarantines, I think we're down to 6, and a lot of them come off here in the next day or two for us, at least in the high school. We obviously have the kids out on Christmas break, so we obviously not only to our students in our community, but everybody out there listening from Homer Center High School, we're wishing everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and take time to recharge and enjoy life and enjoy the things that we do have, and we just hope everybody takes this time to be able to relax a little bit and take a breath from what's been a pretty hectic 2020.
Yeah, and I know you emphasize to everybody involved that it really is important to be safe and to do all of the preventive measures that you can over this holiday season in terms of get-togethers and physically distancing, all those things.
Yeah, I think we need to be smart. My thought is there's precautions out there. Slowly but surely, it appears Indiana County is slowly trickling in the right direction. We just remind everyone to be, respectful of everybody else and be considerate of everybody else. And this is the time to, spread some cheer around for people but be safe about it. And hopefully as we move into January and beyond that we'll be able to keep the trend of cases on the projection downward continuing and get back to some sense of more normalcy sooner than later.
Let's put on the athletics hat now. I know that you are very pleased, as is everybody else in Indiana County, with Ben having been named All-State Football and Hunter Cameron of United as well. That's quite the achievement, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's awesome. 2 from our conference and 2 that both have had distinguished careers, and I really, with Hunter and Ben, and I think both of them kind of different paths, but in a way, both of them have similar characteristics, very much leaders of their team, set great examples for the younger ones to follow, work out, constantly. And, I feel like for United, I would say I don't know him personally, but, for Hunter being that type of kid that, United had some difficulties last season with numbers, this season, with youth. But there's a kid that, led, a senior that stepped up and hopefully has helped lay a foundation for United football to find solid footing and then move forward. And with Ben, I don't know what more we can say about him. He is just an exceptional leader, very intelligent inside the classroom, on the football field, just a kid that people can follow as an example. Very high standards, not only for himself, but the way he conducts himself as well. We're very proud as a conference, and I'll go back, put my Homer Center hat on too. Mm-hmm. We're also proud. We had a lot of kids, named to the Heritage Conference teams. We had Travis Mock and Micah Hurd from our football program make all conference. One thing I always say about the Heritage Conference is we are very proud of the fact that we are academics, athletics, and activities, and we recognize our marching band. So we had Grace Ann Bush and Kevin Plaucha make all conference marching band, Evan Ober all conference golf. We had Marley Kaufman is all-conference volleyball, and we also had Isaac Kelly, as we talked about. Unfortunately, Isaac lost his life here right before Thanksgiving in that accident, and Molly Kosmak both were named to the all-conference cross-country teams. And so, we're very proud of all those students, and and they set, as I said about Ben, they're all the type of students that not only lead on the athletic field, they lead in the classroom and within our buildings. And so we're very proud of their efforts, and just wanted to make sure I mentioned them and reached out and congratulated them.
It's interesting. The Homer Center community, the United community, all of the communities that make up the Heritage Conference schools, they really are community-based schools, and therefore the kids know each other from the time they start kindergarten together, and usually even earlier than that. And so they all grow up playing sports together, and it really shows in the camaraderie of the team spirit.
It does, and I think that's one nice thing about athletics or any activities I talk about, like band and things like that, is the relationships that you form. I just ran into somebody that I played baseball against growing up, and that connection's still there. You knew them in school and into adult life, and I just think that there's so many things that could be taken from being in extracurricular activities, be it sports, be it band, be it whatever is out there for kids, that really helps you develop who you are as a person and gives you the skill sets that you need to be not only successful in whatever career you chase, but just successful in being a family man and in life in general. So, to all the kids in the conference that are being recognized, my congratulations to them. They do an exceptional job of representing our conference, and we do believe we are a premier conference in our Commonwealth, and it's because of the kids and their talents and efforts that we are able to, in my opinion, make that claim.
Through your affiliation as Heritage Conference President and with District 6, your thoughts on the actions by the PIAA yesterday to reduce preseason practices to 10 rather than the 15, and really doing whatever they can to get this season started?
Yeah, I think it was a very good move. Basically how that works is you have to have 10 now, and they took into consideration the different number of practices teams already had. It's like within our conference, I know Penns Manor already had their allotted number of practices in, and they actually were able to get a contest in right before we got shut down in December. We had, now, Homer Center's case, we had 5 practices we were able to get in, so we have to get in 5 more before we can play. Now, scrimmages do not count as one of the 10, so you have to have legitimate practices. Now, with Penns Manor's case, anytime you have an extended shutdown like that, they would have to get 4 practices in before they can return to competition as well, even though they already had their 15 allotment in before. But just like football, if we would have shut down football for any amount of time, you had to have so many practices. You'd have to have 3 days of practice before you were able to participate in a game. So I think it's a great move. It's going to get our season started as soon as possible. For a school like Penns Manor, that could be as early as January the 8th. For a school like Homer Center, that could be as early as Saturday, January the 9th. We could start playing games by the 9th of January.
So still have to work out schedules, but that work will go on, and as long as the shutdown doesn't get extended beyond January the 4th, it won't be long before we're playing the winter sports schedules, and that's a really good thing. I was teasingly saying you could wear your fire helmet if you wanted to before we scheduled this conversation. Well, actually, with the news today about the new fire station for Cherryhill Township, you actually can. So if you would, I know that fire companies have they've all been affected by the pandemic as well, but it's such a vital part of the community, and for you and your work with the Cherryhill Township Fire Company, this is a big step, isn't it?
It's a huge step, and you mentioned the word community, Todd. This doesn't happen without community. We at Cherryhill Township out in Penn Run, we've been working on building a new station since it really heated up in 2014. We were talking about it before then. And so very deliberate and looking at numbers and looking at all kinds of different things. We are finally to the stage where we've completed we have the approved drawings, and we signed a contract with Morton Builders to build the shell. Now, what we're seeking right now is we're seeking local bidders in different trades such as HVAC, electrical, plumbing, garage doors. I mean, there's concrete work. So we have a lot out there. So we actually had posted that up on the 12th, but then we had a question about performance bonds. And so our update today was to basically update people who would be interested in bidding that's not going to be required as part of the bid. And so that opens up the bid process to a lot more different people that work in those trades. So we're very hopeful that we'll get some very competitive bids in for these different parts of the sub work that we need done. And if anybody has any questions about the specifications are posted on our Facebook page, or they can even call the fire station, or get in touch with me, even just email me however they want to. But the fire station at 724-349-3530. And we really want, we're going to take bids from anyone and everyone. We really want to keep the work local. These are the same people that spend their money supporting our fire company. So we want to make sure that we give them every opportunity to be able to build a station in their backyard that they can be proud of and they can be a part of and contribute to the community in that way.
Well said. Jody Rainey, thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning. Thanks for your work with us throughout this year, and we look forward to a coming new year. Have a wonderful holiday season, won't you?
You too, Todd, and everybody out there. Just Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, and spend some time with those that matter in your life the most.